I would have died. I mean, 1% remaining. I would have died.
Welcome to Explore UMTC Season 3. And you're still with me, Jeriel. But for this season, we're diving deeper into the heart of what truly makes a competent and safe maritime professional. Today's topic hit close to home, whether you're navigating through typhoon or managing high-pressure tasks in the engine room. It talks about how both technical and behavioral competence work together to create strong safety culture on board. Joining me today are two incredible people who live and breathe maritime training and wellness. First, a proud graduate of UMTC's Prospective Officer Program with 7 years of onboard experience now, passionately sharing his knowledge as an instructor here at UMTC. Everybody, please welcome Second Officer John William Soria.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Joel.
Hi, John. And with him is a behavioral therapist and mental health advocate with over 7 years of experience. He has been a core figure of shaping UMTC's mental health and resilience program, Mr. Jerry Baldomero.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Jerry. Hello.
Hi, how are you today?
Doing great. I'm excited to be
Really?
here.
Perfecto.
Pero we will be talking about Beyond Skills, a holistic approach to training. So, Jerry and John, can you please help me understand what do we mean when we say holistic approach or holistic training?
As a seafarer myself, I've been into a lot of training centers all over the Philippines. And I appreciate when a training center goes beyond the minimum requirement, goes beyond what is expected from them to deliver. And as I said, I'm fortunate that UMTC is doing so. And as for myself, a holistic approach to training is whenever we do maritime training, it always boils down to two competences, the technical competence and the behavioral competence. And here in this institution, we always do the integration of both. So that's holistic approach.
You as an instructor of mental health advocate, what is your efforts on making it beyond the standards?
Banking on what John said a while ago, I think going beyond is really going above the compliance. And what gives me joy when I joined this institution is when I found out that among all training centers here, in my knowledge, we're one of the first to offer mental health trainings.
And we started last
just 4 years ago.
Yes.
Not only to cadets, but we started actually this for seafarers. And not only that, we offer other training that are also related to soft skills.
Yes.
We have leadership and other trainings.
And we also have the financial literacy program.
And we evolved as time went by. We've also integrated other mental health related topics into our trainings here. Both we actually embedded that into the technical trainings as well, that I'm pretty sure John is very knowledgeable about.
Yes. So we already mentioned the technical side. So how do we integrate the mental well-being into the deck? Since deck is one of the crucial department or crucial aspect in the vessel.
So I'm just gonna give an overview what a deck officer is doing on board the vessel. So on board the vessel, whenever we are underway or the vessel is sailing, what we do most of the time, we are on the bridge doing watchkeeping duties, doing lookout and bridge watchkeeping duties in general.
When we say watchkeeping, is the officer just staying on the specific area?
Yeah, on the bridge.
On the bridge, just to
area.
focus on literally watchkeeping the vessel,
Yeah.
right?
So that is the area where our instrument for navigation, our tools and equipment are there. So radars are there, ECDISs are there. So basically everything's in there for
so you are
navigation.
literally facing just the equipment.
Yeah, the equipment and of course the wheelhouse
The
view.
wheelhouse, all
So
right.
whatever is there, the horizon and the fishing boats. The safety of the crew, the safety of the vessel, the safety of the cargo. those are on our shoulders. Doing a watchkeeping duty, or someone who is doing such that is not, doesn't have mental well-being, maybe, it's really dangerous.
Yes,
It's
because
dangerous.
in my knowledge also, when we say watch keeping, you are up to how many hours from night to midnight to morning, right?
Yeah, that depends on the duty of the officer. Let's say on my part, that would be from midnight to 4, let's say. Midnight to 4 a.m. And then we'll come back to the bridge from from noon time to 4. But outside of that, there is still a lot of paperwork, still a lot of, management of people, if there is.
What are the risks if, for example, the officer or the crew is not mentally healthy during the navigation duty?
I mean, everything could go south if the person is, let's say, unrested. One of those could be, you've heard a lot of news regarding collision and grounding. Those are just some of the, impactful results of having a vessel manned by, with someone that is unrested, let's say. Being on a ship that carries a multi-billion, I would say, I would assume,
Multi-million dollar.
Yeah, it's really
worth of cargo.
the pressure really is there, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
One of our courses that really that has really a psychologist on the side is our SSBT. What do we mean by SSBT? Ship
That is a ship simulator.
And
bridge teamwork.
teamwork training.
How do we assess? How do we say that our trainee right now, he is equipped, he can go on board? What is your evaluation points or key points?
It starts from the very beginning during the training phase where they are cadets still. In our organization in UMTC, we start from there.
Yes.
We teach them leadership skills. We teach them how to communicate well to their colleagues, and of course, not to mention that they work with multicultural, multinational
Yes.
people. And it's really hard to be able to communicate with people who speaks like in one ship like four languages,
languages.
Yeah,
five
exactly.
languages. So,
And they say that language is really a barrier.
yes. So from the very beginning, from the selection alone, the test that the battery of tests that we give to our cadets really measures how they can adapt to the
Yes.
changes on board. And we have the exam, we have the interview, and usually we have a panel of the interviewers. And then if they pass that, they will also have to attend a month of training here.
Yes.
How long does it take for you to complete the training when you were
If
training
we're gonna
here?
sum everything up, that'd be a year for sure.
That's a year of
Yes.
training, and in those months of being here, the thing that we want to teach them is how to handle their stresses when they are on board and
Yes.
how to deal with them proactively and then also reactively.
Yes. We have that mental health program starting from cadet. Cadet
Yeah, that's
until the management level.
Yes.
And when we say management level, it is the captains, the
Yeah,
officers,
the officer.
that
The top 4,
the,
actually.
yes, the high ranking officials on board. So it is very, very crucial.
And in that training, they will be placed in a simulation. It's very realistic, close to what they do on board. The equipments are real. The environment is super real, and they have to go there, act as natural as they can. And we would, that actually comes after the training. They will be attending a lecture first, and then they will test if the training actually is in effect.
Okay.
Meaning if they were able to apply the things that they learned from the training in a simulated environment. And I will be sitting as well
All right.
inside the simulator and would be checking on my side as a behavioral assessor on
Do
how
they know
of course, and
that
we
you
would
are a
inform them.
behavioral... Okay.
Yes, we inform them. It's part of the consent form that I will
Okay.
be sitting there.
All right.
And they would be observed by me and will be giving an assessment for them. And most of the time, they appreciate it because it gives them an idea that, okay, I'm not just attending a normal training. This is going beyond. We have
Yes.
not only a technical assessor, but you also have a behavioral assessor who checks on how they decide, how they are aware of things, and most importantly, how assertive they are, how they communicate, because it's very important, and most especially because this is a training for leadership, how they lead their team, how do they manage the workload, how do they manage the stress level, and how do they make the navigation safely
plan.
as they can.
Can you give us example or a story or personal experience that you encountered? A moment that a seafarer go directly to you, ask you, "Sir, I am facing this kind of situation right now. What advice could you give me? Is there any that you can
Yes.
share?"
Always, I have been running the trainings for over 3 years now, and almost every time after class, somebody would stay in the classroom waiting for me to finish, and then would ask me questions about their own mental health. But most of the time, it's actually about the mental health of their spouses,
All right.
their children, basically their family members.
Because they are the one who is left.
Yeah,
He-
then they
here.
are away, and
Yes.
sometimes their families would message them about problems at home, stresses at home, specifically finances. Actually, that's why recently, or I think it's about a year already, we've started running the financial well-being already, not only for seafarers but also for their wives.
Yes, and actually also the mental health training, we also offer that not just for seafarers but also to land-based group. You also talked about, or you also mentioned earlier that seafarers, or one of the example is that a seafarer is concerned with the wellness of their family. And I think it is also a good opportunity to mention that you guys doesn't just conduct that training here at UMTC in our training center, but you also go outside, right? Recently, I heard or I read it that you had a mental health training for seafarers' wives,
Yes,
right?
right.
So can you tell us what happened, or where did you conduct that training?
We went to Hong Kong actually.
Oh, wow, Hong Kong.
Now we went to Iloilo just like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically two weeks
So
ago.
what happened?
That program was about to empower
Yeah,
To empower
the
the
seafarers'
seafarers'
wives.
wives.
And you have how many participants in those in one leg?
we had 34, I guess, 34 wives.
All right.
who
And then how
attended
many
and
legs
participated.
do we have for this training? 4, right? 4, 3 or
we
4?
did 3
Yes.
this year, and it's actually an annual event already. Every year we will be having trainings for seafarers' wives.
Yes.
We actually captured that thought of teaching seafarers' family members from the mental health training that I have been running. I always hear from my participants that, sir, kailangan yung mga asawa namin, yung anak namin should also attend this kind of training. And it gives joy in my heart that UMTC actually offers this not only to seafarers but
Yes.
to their family as well.
Yes.
And that's a great campaign and program for the industry as well.
Going back to the technical side,
yeah.
we mentioned earlier how crucial, of course, because John is not just a deck officer, but you also teach safe mooring. And
That's right.
yes, and we actually heard a lot of news how important or how risky the mooring operation. Just because of the rope, someone might get hurt, might be disabled, may namamatay, right?
die,
So paano natin nako-connect, or how do we bridge the gap? Because of course, it's not just the officer levels that needs training. Hindi lang sila yung ina-assess. But of course, how about the people who are really doing the technical side?
I myself as a trainer, whenever I do that, I would always make sure that I have a checklist there. And an item there that I'd like to emphasize or highlight is I would always make sure my trainees would speak up. Whatever it is, whenever they see something that is unsafe, could it be an unsafe behavior or an unsafe act? Speak up.
Yeah.
Stop the operation. So
Especially the mooring operation is composed of how many people? But
most of the time, let's say 4 or 3.
so it's a teamwork.
Yeah, it's really a teamwork. And if somebody there is not doing his job, then everything else will fail.
Yes. Like a domino effect,
It's
of course.
really a domino effect. And that as well entails the assertiveness. Let's say you are really perfect in technical, you really are doing a good thing in maintaining this, in doing that, operating this and that. But if somebody does not assert, then everything else, as I said, will have a domino effect. Everything will be nullified.
Communication.
Communication,
Yes.
really.
Yeah. And adding from what he said about communication, I'm not stereotyping, but based on our experience, most of the Filipinos are not naturally assertive.
Yes, that's true.
We always want to be humble ourselves. And on board, it is related with safety culture. It's important you actually speak up
Yes.
when you find things not within the standard. But it's hard for a Filipino sometimes to speak up to a higher level authority. Confidently.
Yes.
And since they work with multicultural people, it's also one of the factors that's why they don't speak up, because sometimes they will be afraid to speak up to a white Caucasian officer. And in here, it's something that we want to establish, that on board we are equal, okay, and we are all empowered to do things, and we are part of the safety culture that we want to achieve.
Yes.
And if they see something, they need to speak up. They need to assert. If they don't feel safe doing things, they can talk about it and they can stop work. So that is assertiveness, not just stopping the work or just not doing it all, but really justifying why do we need to stop. That's assertiveness. Giving a background, or anchoring yourself with knowledge that is within the standard. And that's what we teach here at UMTC.
During my training here, when I was still a cadet, I just remember this one scenario wherein there's this one person, a cadet way back then, and then there's this high-ranking person here in the building. They were talking, and then this person needs to, pass by these people who are talking. What he did was he do like this.
Okay, a very typical Filipino.
A very typical Filipino response whenever somebody or two people are talking. The power distance there, it's really, really obvious. That training wanted us to, reflect on the action itself.
We start that training as a
As
cadet.
simple as that gesture of, bowing when
Iba na
you're
yun
crossing.
dating agad.
Yes, correctly. So part of the training is really teaching them how to be confident,
Yes.
but backed with information. That part of the training that we're talking about is embedded not just in one training. It's actually across the trainings that we have here. We have that for ratings. We have that for cadets. We have that for officers. And that's why I think most of the international clients are also engaging with us, because we cater not only to Filipinos, but to every race.
Yes. And in the future, we'll do outside more.
Yes,
Because it's
definitely.
not just a training, but it's already an advocacy
Yes, correct.
that we are very proud to have as UMTC. We are one of the first or the pioneers of this kind of activities. We frequently mention that we start from the cadet. And the nice thing about it is, for example, to our electrotechnical officers and the engine, of course, your deck. You have that consultation, right? You have how do we call it? Check-in?
Mental health check.
Mental check-in. So, anong ginagawa natin?
The holistic approach that we were talking about. We're not only doing this for one particular department. We're actually catering to all. We have
Everyone.
deck. We have engine. We also have for the galley people, the culinary people, and for the
busiest.
ETOs. Yeah, so we cater to all. And the mental health check-in that you were asking is actually a one-on-one session that myself and my other colleague, we talk to them in a private and confidential space. They can talk about anything that they want. It can
Under
be
the sun.
personal, it can be training related, it can be also financial. Bawal lang mangutang though. I can give them something. But because we're a licensed psychometrician and we also do life coaching, so we provide them a session wherein they can open up things.
When we say cadet here at UMTC, they have to stay for how many years or how many months na nandito lang.
Correct.
Because that's part of the holistic training.
Yes.
Since you are on board, you will be on board. Yeah, it's a practice. And syempre, yung ibang tao, they will feel homesick or naninibago. We heard that you had an accident last 2017 and you were still a cadet.
I guess when I opened up about the thing that happened to me way back in 2017, when I had the accident and when I returned here, I would be receiving a mental health support because it was really, really difficult. When it was true. I took some time to recover, to recuperate, because it took a year, I guess, for my therapy sessions and everything. So after a year, I was able to be sent back on board as a cadet. But when I went back there, it was a total... I felt totally devastated. Because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to...
Feel.
How to feel, how to say to myself that everything's still okay, even though I'm not feeling everything's okay.
Yes.
If there would have been a mental health support way back
Way
then,
back
it
then.
would have been a way better.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that because as you mentioned, it's not easy to share
Of
things
course.
that happened in us, no, in the past, and I think it's a good thing that John is talking about it because it has been a taboo topic for many years,
Many years.
and right now we're starting to build up the foundation to be able to talk about it and run a campaign on the mental health side of this seafaring industry. So
Yes,
thank
it's
you for
an
sharing that.
eye-opener.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we do not wait for someone to die
yeah,
Of course.
for our authorities to make a move.
Yes.
Because if I were to go back to that experience, I don't know if I would have died. I mean, 1% remaining, I would have died. But maybe some, celestial,
Some spirit.
yeah, some
hold
spirit
you.
right there,
divine intervention.
divine intervention.
Because you have the mission to tell that story maybe, and to empower another generation.
That's what I'm
of
doing now.
seafarers. Yes.
So now,
Na-
before to be empowered, now empowering.
Yes. See?
Yeah, and not only that, not only mental health check-in, we also provide mentoring. So we have a mentoring program here, and I believe John can talk more about that. That we assigned actually a cadet to an instructor, and they can mentor that cadet until they go on board. So
Really, so paano natin siya ginagawa?
We are giving that to our seafarers. We are starting that with our cadets.
Yes.
Right. So when we have this opportunity for the cadets to be mentored after their math and physics, for sure, because during that time, math and physics time, they're still using their remaining brain cells, for sure. I would attest to that because my last brain cell as well still survived
Okay.
after my physics class.
After-
Yeah. But after math and physics, so they are now subjected to their assigned mentors.
Yeah, all right.
And these past batches, Jerry and I are the mentors being assigned to these
So
batches.
each cadet has their own mentor.
So let's say one mentor is assigned to 4 cadets.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 cadets.
So the mentor will teach what? He will mentor what?
So this is just like a prerogative started by our institution during COVID time.
Okay.
Because during that time, our seafarers needed that. To have someone to ask from,
Okay.
especially if they want to ask something technical. That's why that mentorship is composed of the technical people and also our mental health.
Okay, so it's also a good start or a factor on building the leadership skills, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Because you are mentoring, you are building or honing them to be future leaders.
So because outside the room, we teach them the technicalities of everything, but there are things that we cannot teach inside the room.
yes.
Yes.
And we do that in the mentoring.
In their dormitories, they also have what they call behavior
Aptitude
training
training
coach,
coach.
which is a licensed guidance counselor naman. So that role is to guide them while they are in the dormitory. They would perform several tasks that
Yeah.
they do on board as well, like cleaning, fixing their bed. They
But you
also do
really
that
have
on
to
board.
instill the discipline,
Yeah, and the
yes.
discipline is the foundation of everything.
Yes.
If you have that in you, then everything comes after
Yes.
or follows, right?
But for the sake of our viewers, when we say behavioral aptitude training coach, it is like the thrice higher than prefect of students.
Yes, it's not just
like
about
that.
disciplining them, but teaching them really skills
Yes.
that they need to learn.
And it's
as
very
a-
hands-on.
Yeah. And they also do physical fitness trainings like
Yes.
calisthenics. And they
You
also
have
do fun
Zumba,
things,
right?
right?
We have
They
that.
do also-
Calisthenics, Zumba, also running around PICC
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, they do.
Because it's part of the holistic training.
Correct. They also do fun things that they have a gym there. They also play table tennis. They
Oh, yeah.
also they
And
have
you are a bowling participant.
yes,
right?
we do that as well. That's
And
part
a
of the
Zumba
holistic-
instructor.
Yeah.
For you to be mentally fit or mentally well, you have to be physically fit.
Physically.
And on board, seafarers they really have to maintain healthy body.
Yeah.
Pati ba yun? Kinoconsult nila sa inyo?
Yes, they do that as well. From time to time, they would ask us, especially about sleep. They are very curious on how they can manage their sleep because on board it's really difficult to manage that. Because they will be working in shifts. So they would ask us,
Like the navigation watchkeeping.
on how to sleep better, what are the things that they need to take or they need to eat or drink for them to be able to sleep faster, or what are the things that they need to do in order to have a healthy body. And
How about when they are already on board? Do you still look after them, or there is there any communication channel that you are using just to keep in touch or to check?
we do that. We open our line to them. Some cadets would message us and would ask questions,
Yes.
and if we have time, of course, we respond. And the mental health check-in is not just a one-time, big-time thing. After their experience on board, they would have to attend again the session just to check in again how they're doing, how was the
It's a non-stop
experience on
training,
board.
really,
Yeah,
yes.
and we would check again their mental health status during that time. And the mentors are actually also connected with them from time to time. They would that's part of the mentoring program. When they are on board, the mentors would check in on them, how they are doing, and then when they come back, they would also have a group session with them, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So that's the support system that we do. Again, it's not written in black and white,
Yes.
but I think it's part of our passion already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Your advocacy.
So
to
that
really
is
extend the help.
one of the definitions of going beyond.
Yes.
I guess.
What if it's you who needs help? How do you do it, John?
I'll start off.
Yes.
Good thing that we're friends with Jerry.
You have that line, direct line.
I have a direct line to Jerry's home, so I can just call him, phone him.
But do you really do it
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
as an instructor?
As an instructor.
Or that's
We're still
nice.
humans after all.
Of course.
So sometimes, the battery gets dead.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you feel empty. Sometimes you feel something to just someone to talk to. Those feelings. And yeah, a connection with somebody, especially who is, I would say expert
Mm-hmm.
with that. There's nothing. There's nobody that I would be calling help from. That would be from my friends, Jerry and Iya, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Jerry?
Yeah, I'd like to answer that question this way. What drawn me into this company is when they interviewed me. They were really into the mental health side. They were asking me a bunch of questions on what they can do differently. The first thing or the first task that I did here, as not as an employee but more of as a consultant, is I gave a short mental health talk to hundreds of seafarers during their conference. And after hearing the talk, the Exicom, they're really part of the program. They're really interested on how they can incorporate mental health programs into the company. So when we were discussing that, I was really happy that there's actually an owner, a CEO, a president, and a director who really pays attention to mental health.
Oh, yes.
And that gives me joy as a mental health advocate. And from there, we started doing things that are related to mental health. Right now, we've been doing events to step back and, just chill. Our
Relax.
team building and
right.
activities here are really for mental health, as you will see. And we also do activities that can foster togetherness and collaboration. That's why we have sport
Yes.
fest, we do bowling tournaments and
Badminton.
Name it, right? You
yes,
have that. We have that
badminton,
here.
bowling, table tennis,
Correct. Have table
basketball.
tennis,
Name it.
Yes.
We have that here. It's good to have that. It's part of mental health.
Yes, of course.
Right? Another
Well-being.
thing is we have a free food here. Not all companies are giving that.
Yes.
It's part of mental health. It's subtle, but it's part of taking care of yourself, the nourishment. And then another thing I think is the atmosphere here. The people here are very friendly. Of course, there's always stress at work, but we try as much as possible to be kind with one another and to be able to help each other as much as
A
we
kind
can.
environment.
Yeah. And as a person, how do I distress myself? I would say that we really have to walk the talk. What I teach is what I also do.
So you practice what you
I'm
preach.
practicing what I do. I connect with my friends. I try to maximize my leaves, my break
You're keeping the
times.
balance.
Yes, eat healthy and such. So I need to walk the talk. And as a seafarer as well, that's something that I think the most difficult part of being an instructor is really walking the talk, right? You have to do what you're talking about.
Yes, of course.
Unless you will lose otherwise you will lose your integrity.
Yeah.
No one will believe you, right?
So now, let's talk about reality at sea. You, Jerry, as an instructor, as a mental health advocate, do you have any impactful encountered stories that leave an impact to you?
There was a shipmate who shared this story to me, and he gave his consent that I share this story to everyone. So they were in Singapore, and of course, nag-load sila nag-unload first and then load as well. When the AV came up on board, he was really, really happy to see the chief mate because they used to work together before. So sabi nung AV, "Sir, sobrang saya ko na nung nakita ko sa office na you will be our chief mate. I'm excited to work with you," sabi nung AV. And it's very unusual for an AV to do that. And he's really, really enthusiastic. So sabi ni chief mate, "Oh, nice. Good. Welcome on board." Sabi niya, sabi ni AV, "Kasi sir, may pumasa ako sa OIC license ko. I want to be
An officer.
a third mate, an officer on board. I just got married," sabi niya. Sabi ni Chief Mate, wow, parang biglaan ata. Sabi niya, "Hindi sir, matagal na kami. Kaya lang, syempre naman, seaman tayo, excited. Nagkaroon na kasi kami ng baby." Oo. So, they had to get married right away because the parent is quite strict. The usual Filipino culture, yung napangasawa niya is from Batangas. Apparently, if you get married in Batangas, like, it's bongga. Like, it's the full extravaganza. So, he had to
That
loan
is their
some money.
tradition kasi.
Yeah. That's why he's really excited to be an officer because, of course, being an officer,
Of course, you have
pays higher,
higher.
right? So, yung parent din, na-require siyang mag-house loan and car loan para comfortable
Okay.
yung life ng
wife.
and
Magiging
the
wife, yeah.
baby. So, 1 month has passed. He's really enthusiastic. He's really good. Talagang very hardworking yung AB. 2nd month, same story. He's very good. Sobrang sipag. One day, he reported to Boson, or he talked to Boson that he can't go to work. The whole day has passed. It's already evening, and the messman noticed that he wasn't eating at all throughout the day. They didn't see that. Sabi ni Mayor, "Okay, dala na lang ng pagkain. Bring him food." Then the messman went to his cabin.
Parang kinakabahan ako sa story.
Yeah. He knocked on his door, and he wasn't answering. So they were forced to call the chief mate. So the chief mate was there, knocking as well, loudly as he can, and he's not answering. So they were forced to use the master key. So they opened the door, and he was there lying on the bed, covered with blanket. And then sabi ni chief mate, "Sige boys, go ahead, I'll talk to AB." And then he sat down beside him. When he touched the AB, he felt that he was shaking.
Okay.
The AB was shaking. So sabi ni chief mate, "Are you sick? Do you want medicine? I'll go get it." And then before he leaves, bumangon siya. He removed the blanket, and he wasn't shaking. He was actually crying. Tumawag yung parent ko, yung mom ko, this morning, and she said, together with my wife, that the child is not mine.
Okay.
So the mother caught the wife with somebody else, and they confirmed na it's not his. So the chief mate didn't know what to say. He was just staring at the floor, and he just uttered, "Pre, ang hirap ng problem. I don't know what to say. I'm not trained for this." But here's the thing. If you want to go home, we'll do everything for you to go home right away, the nearest port possible. So sabi niya, "I'll give you the whole night to think about this. And I'll go back here in the morning and to check what's your decision." So he left, and then the night has passed. When he came back, wala na yung AB in the cabin. So he thought he went back to work. The whole day has passed, and he noticed that he's nowhere to be found all throughout the day. So he got alarmed. And then he started asking people,
Where is the AB?
Where's the AB? And they didn't see him. So they had to call for an emergency. The man overboard situation, maybe he fell and blah, blah, blah. So they had to do the emergency response. And after days of looking for him, he was nowhere to be found. So after a year, he was declared missing or lost to sea. After 1.5 years or so, the wife received an insurance claim. So not only he got cheated on, he was missing, and the wife received something because if you were reported as missing, after several years, you will be tagged as dead already. So it's a very unfortunate situation wherein we could have avoided that if we just know what
how
to
to
do.
do.
That's why in here at UMTC, we teach our everybody, all of our seafarers, how to proactively and reactively respond to that. And we also have a very special training for officers on how to conduct mental health first aid for their crew
Oh, okay.
so that it won't happen again.
Again, how long are we running that mental health for officers right now?
It's been running for over 3 years
3
as
years
well.
now. Yes.
Yeah, so it's they have day one and that's their day two training, and they're really appreciative on how helpful the training is for them because there is no standard right now. There is no regulatory board saying how to do it.
Yes.
There's no regulation about it. Even STCW, even Marine or any organization,
Any governing
they don't
body
have
wala.
a protocol for mental health emergencies.
Yes.
And but in here at
We
UMTC,
offer.
we have that. We teach that to our seafarers,
Yes.
and not only for our clients here, we
But
also
it's
offer that
for-
to external,
Yes,
to
for everyone. Actually, even us, land-based, we
Yes,
can,
we do
right?
teach that as well for our employees how to respond to that.
One of the things that I would like to maybe share, or one of the experiences that I would share would be one of the courses that we offer here, and that is the CPD DROL, the Continuous Proficiency Development. Yeah, deck ratings to operations level officer. Because I've seen a lot of deck ratings. I've been with them for quite some time. Some of them are worthy to be promoted. It's just that. It's just that. That maybe the company that they're in, or maybe the program that they are not into, are the ones limiting them from
The
becoming
opportunity.
the opportunity, from being a deck rating to an operations level.
So, yeah.
And that jump from deck ratings to operations level is really, really difficult, And when that CPD DROLO was offered, I've heard a lot of very, very good stories from our deck ratings. That, sir, thank you for having this, for letting have this training, because this training really opened a door for us. This training really let us realize that, hey, there's something in me. I'm not only for deck ratings. I'm
Kaya ko
also,
pala.
kaya ko pala. And mind you, the things that we're teaching to them, the comprehensive voyage plan, the collision regulations, those are comprehensive. Those are, if you're gonna go through those courses or trainings, then I would assure you that somebody who has done the training would really be competent. And that's what that training did to them.
Yeah.
And hearing their good stories, hearing all those positive feedback, I mean, who could have thought that opening CPD DROLO
We're
and
opening opportunities for
we're
them.
opening
Yes.
doors, opportunities to people. Those are impactful stories for me. And I treasure those forever.
That would also give you more drive.
Exactly. So passion plus drive really would
Yes.
lead everybody somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not just business, it's really changing lives as well. Because when I talk to seafarers' wives, I also encourage them to encourage their husbands or partners to send them to trainings as well. Because, of course, when you attend training, there's a high likelihood that you will be promoted. And promotion equates to higher salary. And higher salary, whether we admit it or not, equates to better position
Yes,
in
of
life.
course.
So it's a chain effect, and not only on the business side, but actually changing lives for betterment, I think.
Just an overview. Just because you have the license doesn't mean you can be promoted.
Yes.
You can take the position.
Correct.
It
That's
takes
right.
promotion. It takes an approval from your company or principal for you to assume the position. As I said, I have a lot of crewmate deck ratings. They had their license with them for the past 5-10 years, but still not used as, as an operations level,
Just a
because they're
valid
not,
ID.
yeah, just a valid ID. When they go to Palawan and play money. Yeah.
Pero,
And just because of CPD DROLO, that opening door,
yeah.
that gave them a chance
Wow.
Nice.
to take the
That's
con.
Yes.
That's inspiring.
Yes. Minsan kasi iniisip nila, magte-training, magbabayad ka
for the
lang.
money,
Just
right?
for the money.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's for you talaga. It's for the seafarer, for you to be equipped. Sabi mo nga,
Yes.
it's a chain effect. So, get training, do trainings because of yourself. Invest in yourself.
Yes.
Not because it's not about money.
right.
It's about, again, opportunities.
Opportunities. That's
All
right.
right. Before we close this episode, I just want to ask both of you one thing. What's one thing you wish every seafarer understood about what it really means to be competent?
I think competence is not just attending or complying and getting certificates. For me, competence is really living the life of having that skill in you and to be able to apply that on board. Two things. First, for safety, because training will teach you how to save your life on board.
Yes.
It might be repetitive, it might be expensive, but it's for your own sake. Second is to improve your life as well, because being competent makes you or gives you opportunities, as you mentioned, and leveling up the life that you are having right now. It's not just compliance.
Yes.
It's being safe and having better life.
So the key takeaway that I would like our viewers to get from this is that well, competence is not just only what you can do or what you do. I guess it's about your willingness to take the trainings, to undergo the training wholeheartedly. Because from a seafarer's point of view, whenever we hear training na naman, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's just like the certificate that we'll
Yes.
be getting from this. It's not like that. Okay? Because beyond the paper, it is the skills. It is the competence that we should be after the training. It's not the paper. Because whenever a rope snaps, whenever the ship collides, whenever somebody dies, papers cannot protect us. Certificates cannot protect us. So when somebody falls off from a working aloft operation, paper cannot save you on the floor. It is our competence, it is our skills, it is our abilities to be able to finish the job safely and to be able to go home as a whole.
With that, thank you so much, Jerry and John, for sharing your insights, your stories, and for empowering our seafarers. Not just our seafarers, but their families and our industry.
It's an honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gerald.
If you believe in this kind of training, check out our course offerings at umtc.com.ph. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the next episodes of Explore UMTC Season 3. Because when we train with heart, we sail with purpose.